Friday, which means we're in our circles, ready to chat about the internet and chat about things that are going on the internet. And most importantly, we're here to chat about TV. Maeve had a great idea for while we're in our circles of each week providing a new TV recommendation. So Maeve, I'm going to quiz you while I adjust your camera over here.
Okay.
Do you have a TV recommendation for the wonderful Altar Live fam and everybody else that might be joining us here today?
Yes, I actually do.
Oh my goodness, you came prepared. This is amazing.
Well, we talked about it in the pre-production, and I was like, okay, well, I need to think of my first one, even though I was thinking we would do it next week. But I like to be prepared in all TV and film.
Pop quiz.
So pop quiz. So the first recommendation from me is a BBC show. It's called Ghosts. Family friendly. I think, we watch it all together as a family. You can find it on HBO Max. They did try to make a American version of it on CBS. Don't watch it. I could not. I got through maybe 5 minutes and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. But it's about this young couple who inherits this house, this mansion, and it's about the ghosts living in it. And at first they can't see the ghosts, but then something happens when the wife ends up seeing the ghosts, and these ghosts are from all different centuries, starting from a caveman.
I have heard about this. Were you telling me about this?
Did I? Well, I listed it in Slack.
Maybe that's
one
what
of
it
my
was.
Favorite shows.
Yeah.
Because we have a fun channel where they ask questions for conversation starters, and I listed it as one of my favorite shows on one of the days. And so, I don't know, maybe you looked it up then?
Maybe.
It is comedy gold. So it's all different ghosts from different eras, time periods. So there's a caveman, a woman who was burned at the stake. There was there's a 90s politician. So it's not it's so hilarious.
Wait, what categorizes a 90s politician?
Well, that's the most recent ghost is a politician from the 90s, and you learn that when you look at him, you don't think, oh, that's definitely a 90s politician, but then you learn later. But it's caveman all the way up to the 90s, so It's not ancient people. So it's such a fun show, I have to say. It was a really fun find on HBO Max.
Okay, fair enough.
So if you have that, tune in.
I will. Maybe. The interesting part about that show is that there's a limitless supply of what they can do. They can just keep adding new ghosts over and over. We gotta go live. They can just keep adding new ghosts over and over and over, and just say they just kept finding another ghost. Or am I wrong about that?
I mean, there could be, but I feel like it's interesting. So the group of actors that are in the ghosts, they were this acting troupe that started this kid show called Horrible Histories, which is also amazing. And I think that's on.
I know.
On Hulu.
Yeah, I know Horrible Histories.
Yeah. So it's all those actors.
Okay.
And
really?
So it's their little acting troupe, yes. And then so they're the ghosts. So I feel it would be a little bit. I mean, there's a couple add-ons, it's the core acting troupe, and then some new people. So I feel if they added, I feel it's pretty established as these are the ghosts in the house, because it is a solid ensemble cast.
Interesting. All right. Well, I just put it in I just put it on my notepad over here for to watch
it's
later.
It's phenomenal. It's really fun.
We need to get through. Well, we'll get to more recommendations later. I want to save these because we've got a lot that we need to enlighten our family about over the next couple of weeks in terms of television. So I will give you a hint. Mrs. Maisel is back, and it's weird, but it's good. I want to get your thoughts about that if you have jumped into the deep end. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Let's actually get on with the show. Welcome to the Altar Live show, where yours truly and the amazing Maeve Brooks over there, we walk through Altar Live, but we also talk about current events. We talk about TV. We talk about donuts. We talk about snow. There's a number of things we talk about. This is episode 21, Maeve. We've almost been doing this half a year. How crazy is that?
That's insane.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's so fun. That's wild.
Welcome. Stephanie's online joining us right now as well. Hello, Stephanie. Good afternoon to you. Stephanie informed me that earlier we were in a meeting and they have I guess a foot of snow on the ground up in Boston. So,
Oh wow,
suckers. It's
we
82
just have
here
ice
right now.
here.
Yeah. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, it's 82. The high is 84 here in Tampa. So, suckers. Uh,
Crazy.
yeah. Maeve, what's it? Where is it? Like, what is it hovering at right now? In the 40s for you?
I feel like it's actually cold, pretty cold because we had this like weird. Well, okay, it's 45 right now, but there was like this ice
Mm.
crazy like the ground was clear,
Yep.
but all of the trees were frozen.
Yep.
And so throughout the day just like huge chunks of ice keep falling down. It's cool to watch, but I'm kind of scared to go outside,
Yeah, it's
to
like
be honest.
deadly. You hear that snapping noise, and all of a sudden the trees are falling and
Exactly,
power,
exactly. It's
power.
pretty. It's pretty to watch from indoors.
Sure, definitely. Well, to start out today, normally we have a little bit of joking and jokey chucklehead time between me and Maeve, but obviously there are things transpiring in Eastern Europe right now with Russia kind of deciding that they wanted to invade the Ukraine. And as heavy as both Maeve and I's hearts, I think we got on our pre-production meeting yesterday, and I think both of us, correct me if I'm wrong here, both of us had been just glued to Twitter, glued to the news, glued to everything that we could find
Yeah.
about the situation in the Ukraine. Is that what it was like for you?
Yeah, it's just such a hard time right now, and I honestly was just speechless
Yeah.
and just trying to learn as much as I can so I know what to pray for and who to pray for.
Exactly, and that's what we want to do today. We do want to pray for the Ukraine. Altar Live, obviously, we support communities and stuff, but we are ostensibly a church forward platform, helping churches get online and helping churches deepen their community and deepen their engagement. And God tells us as part of communities across the world to pray for our leaders, but also to pray for things that are happening, events that are transpiring around us. And we want to do just that. If you are watching this live with us, feel free to pray along with us, to throw in any prayer requests you might have into the chat as well. We don't normally do this. This is kind of usually reserved for our Facebook group. So if this is overstepping bounds, we apologize. But this is a larger thing than I think we all realize right now and we all recognize. And peeling back the curtain just a little bit on Altar Live, much of our development team is actually located in the Ukraine. The people that do the hard work of making sure the platform is up and running. And I cannot tell you how awesome it is to have a team that is 7 hours ahead of us and yet online for our 8 a.m. meetings and online for our 5 p.m. meetings. They are tireless workers, nonstop, sweet people. They don't deserve any of what's going on to them around them. Fortunately, from what we've heard, everybody is, although I don't know that for certain right now, as of yesterday, when everybody was safe, or when everybody was kind of going through the paces of trying to figure out who was where and everything, everybody had been accounted for. That was over 24 hours ago. We are uncertain of what's going on right now. So we want to pray, obviously, for the developers of 923 Digital and everything that's happening with Altar Live, but we also want to pray for the entire country. So, Maeve, anything else to throw in there before we go to God?
No, I think you said everything you needed to say.
I'm a blowhard. It's okay. With that, Stephanie joining in along with us as well. Throw in your support in the chat if you want to as well. Throw up those Ukrainian flags. I love the fact that this emoji is included everywhere in Unicode right now, which means it's included on Android and on iOS devices. Put that in whatever you can right now, because we need to take this to the Lord. So let's pray, and we'll move on with our day. So wherever you are, God, we know that you are sovereign, and that word takes on an entirely different meaning when we look and see things in the world that are falling down, and when we see people that are being hurt, innocent civilians that are being hurt, all for the sake of power-grabbing, money-hungry, evil desires. And we know that's not of you. We know that's not of your will. We know that is not how you want things. God, you call us first and foremost to love each other. Paul talks about it in 1 Corinthians 13. It says that the best way out of all of the things that could happen, teaching, prophecy, guidance, everything that could happen. And love is the one thing, God. And that's severely what is lacking in this situation. So, Lord, we're praying for a spirit of peace and a spirit of love to descend over that entire beleaguered nation right now. We're praying for your light to shine in the churches and emergency workers and hospitality teams and humanitarian aid workers that are landing and that are helping the refugees that are leaving the country, God. We're praying for the bombs and the shelling and the fighting to stop. We're praying for peace to overtake, God. We know that this is really just powers of the enemy that are running rampant through a world, that have been since Adam and Eve really opened up the garden and split the gates wide. And yet we know that the end of this story is victory for you. So we take heart and we take courage in that, and we know that your peace is literally right around the corner. But God, we ask that your will be done. We ask that your light shine, that your glory be made known in the face of the world as all eyes are turned, it's seemingly towards this conflict and towards this situation, God. We're asking for the powers of Jesus Christ to be made evident in every heart and in every mind, God. We love you. We know that you are in control. We know that you are still on the throne. We say all these things in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Whew, I don't know how to make the turn from that, Maeve. So we're just going to do it. I'm going to just throw the topic on you and say, Maeve, run with it for a minute. What are we doing today?
All right. Well, that prayer needed to be done, and so I'm thankful that you took the reins on that. The Lord knows our hearts and knows our minds.
Amen.
So today we're going to be talking about some of the great integrations we have on Altar Live. We've worked with a lot. We have some awesome integrations like Resi, Restream, Boxcast, and really the list goes on. You can check them all out on our integrations page. But one of our faves is Ecamm Live.
Yep.
We love Ecamm Live.
Absolutely.
I mean, we love all of them, but Ecamm Live has a special place in our hearts because we use Ecamm for the Altar Live show. That's why we have this really, really awesome setup with all the crazy fun features. You can really personalize your setup with Ecamm. And so for those who don't know what Ecamm Live actually is, it's a streaming and video production app specifically for Mac computers. So yeah, like I said, we use it for Altar Live, and I have to say, I feel like we've only scratched the surface of all of Ecamm Live and all the features they have. So just to list off a few of the awesome features that they have that you can go explore on their website, and the Ecamm Live app itself is in-app comments, which you see, whenever we get some comments on our YouTube live stream or Facebook Live, Andy can bring them up onto the screen. That's a feature from Ecamm.
Like this?
Advanced, yeah, awesome. Exactly. That's so cool. Advanced overlays, web widgets, animations, live scheduling, remote guests. I'm a remote guest in this exactly. Hello. Thank you, Ecamm, for letting me be a part of this.
Thank you, Ecamm. Yes, absolutely.
Stream, deck support, and a green screen. So the really cool thing about Ecamm is it brings your streaming and video experience to the next level. You can really, really personalize and make your screen and video feed really, really nice. But so we can integrate this onto our Altar Live. So Andy, can you tell me a little bit of how this actually works with Altar Live?
Yeah, absolutely. So what typically happens with Ecamm is that, and I'm going to try to stream this, and this might make some of you sick. So I feel like I need to put a disclaimer on the bottom. I didn't work it up in time, but let's just see what happens when I switch. So I am currently screen sharing in Altar Live. Or in Ecamm Live. I'm sharing this Min browser over here, which I love for when we do stuff. But I'm going to come over here and I'm going to switch my screen. Oh, gosh. Okay.
Hello.
So it's not too bad. There's a million of you and a million of me. It's not too bad.
It's like we're going into space or something.
Exactly. So now you can see that there's this big, gigantic kind of everything. And this is the Ecamm Live setup. I personally configure all of my screens like this. I can pull my sound effects up here so you can actually see them. And then there's some comments and things that I can pull up here. But essentially, you have a built-in sound mixer, you've got built-in sound effects, you've got a bunch of scenes, which is what you're going to see me clicking. So if I go from here back to here, that's a scene that's happening. You know, again, advanced animations and things. Then I have all of my overlays, so I can bring up things if I want to. I don't know if I have a camera. I don't know what that is right there. But what we do with Altar Live, and I'm going to end up switching things over in just a second to show you how to actually do this. Ecamm has a bunch of different ways to stream, and without hitting finish right here, I can't really show you except to go to our pro preferences. There we go. And now you can see that you can stream to Facebook, you can stream to LinkedIn, you can stream to Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube natively.
Wow.
All you need to do is just log into your account, and you can stream to all of those natively by just the simple hit of a button. We are streaming to a service called Restream, which is, again, built in natively to Ecamm. And I can't really show you that. I don't even think I can go to... Yeah, there's no button here. But let me switch off of this because it's making me a little sick right now as well. Let's go back to Min here. With what we do at Altar Live, there are a bunch of different ways to ingest your video stream. So essentially, Maeve was setting up what Ecamm Live actually is. It's your production switcher presentation platform. Altar Live then becomes your video kind of hub, really what aggregates all of your video and then allows you to spit that out into your integration setup or into your engagement setups, whether that's events, whether that's meetings, whether that's rooms, whatever you're doing, into lobbies, whatever you're doing, all you need to do is send that through Ecamm. Now, the next question that you might be asking, Maeve, is how? How do you do that? Well, there's three ways technically, but two real ways. First and foremost is to set things up, and we're going to switch over here to Altar Live. And I'm going to actually, if you're okay with it, Maeve, I'm just going to create a quick event.
Great. Yeah, let's do it. Cool. It's always good to get a refresher.
Exactly. Exactly. So in your dashboard here, you can do one of two things. You can either hit create an event and hit the get started button, or you can come over here into the sidebar. I'm just going to create get started, and we're going to call this Ecamm Live test. I'm not going to worry about an image. I'm not going to worry about a start time. I'm not going to worry about this making a featured event or anything like this. We're going to hit next. I don't really care about greeters right now because we're here. We're going to hit next. I don't care about viewing permissions right now because we're not really going to be doing anything with this. And now we are into step 4, as you can see over here, our stream area. And this is where Ecamm comes in handy. So if you remember a couple of minutes ago, I said that Ecamm can stream to Facebook natively, it can stream to YouTube natively, it can stream to LinkedIn natively, and it can also do this amazing thing called custom RTMP streaming, real-time messaging protocol. I just heard the ooh there. I don't have an ooh built in. I'm sorry, Maeve.
It's okay. I'm your sound effects today.
Cool. Okay. Get creative then. If you need to make like an elephant sound or something like that, then just
oh my gosh. All right. I'm gonna start coming up with some.
Okay, cool. So we're in live video right here. Now, essentially what we would do is we would either grab the YouTube link out of Ecamm Live or Restream, depending, or you come over here to this button right here, this altar button right here. Yeah, this is great. Now it turned into a 90s. It's a 90s sitcom now. Yes. And this is where you then have your RTMP credentials. So RTMP streaming allows you to stream directly one-to-one from Ecamm Live from Altar Live, excuse me, or I'm getting it backwards, from Ecamm Live into Altar Live. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. From Ecamm Live directly to Altar Live without any middle person, without YouTube or Facebook getting their grubby little hands on your data.
Amazing.
It is amazing. It 100% is. All you would need to do is just copy your stream URL and then your stream key, which I'm not going to show you because then you could stream off all of our stuff. Hit copy, and then back in Ecamm, there is literally a button that says, hey, what's your stream RTMP URL? And then you just paste that in there. Hey, what's your stream key? And then you just paste that in there. And then you come back over here to Altar Live, and if you want to multi-stream, you can do that as well. You come back over to Altar Live and then continue to go through your event setup event creation process, publish your thing, And then all you need to do in Ecamm Live is go live. And as
That's
long as
so
your
easy.
timing, it is amazing. And as long as your timing is worked out where you created your event, and as long as you go live in Altar Live, you're good to go. And everything that you're then doing in Ecamm Live, all of your production slides, all of your chat, all of your presentation notes, everything that you're doing, all your overlays are now going directly in to your event in Altar Live. It is super seamless. One cool thing that I forgot to even that we could even mention here is Ecamm has a built-in, and so this is a big deal. Ecamm has a built-in virtual camera. Now, what that means is you can take a, so I'm using a Canon M50 Mark 1 or Mark 2, I can't remember, a Canon M50, which is a mirrorless camera. Doesn't usually have the ability to be used as a webcam. Usually you have to use something like a, I don't know if you can see my like Logitech thing over here. You can't really see it. Like a Logitech webcam or like a built-in iSight, or Maeve, you're using your MacBook Pro camera right now, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm using some sort of webcam.
Okay. Or like a Logitech G90 920 or whatever it is.
Something like that.
Okay.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually you have to take and plug that directly into your computer. What the virtual cam allows you to do is plug your camera into Ecamm Live, and then you can actually set up your virtual camera so that you can use that in any application, like, for instance, Altar Live's meetings, where you would need a webcam. It allows you to have a high quality webcam without installing anything else, any other utilities, any other capture cards or anything. Ecamm does all the processing for you, handles everything for you, so that when you sit in Altar Live's meetings, or when you're in a row or at a table or in a room, you now have the best quality camera that you can get without buying anything else. It is super awesome. It's one of the reasons that we are such big fans of what Ecamm Live is doing.
That is amazing. My jaw is on the floor.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
It is.
It's so easy to set up, and you can have such high quality content, I guess, like streaming content, and you can really make your use the tools you have, but make it look really professional. Yep. That's what's amazing to me.
Yep.
So Ecamm, is there anything else you wanted to add? Andy,
no, that's it. I was actually going to start pulling up these pictures because I feel like that's where you're going next.
Yeah, so Ecamm actually, so Altar and Ecamm are a really, really great pair because, like Andy said before, Altar is the event space, the hub. That's where the people go to kind of connect and commune. But then you'll have like that video screen, but how can you make that even better? How can you enhance that? And that's where Ecamm comes in.
Right.
And so we are great friends with Ecamm, and Ecamm uses us for a lot of their events. And so actually this past Christmas, they had an Ecamm virtual Christmas party on Altar Live and used the Ecamm Altar Live integration. And it was so much fun to watch and to be a part of, because you can see Katie up there on the screen, and then Doc Rock kind of interviewing each other, but then everyone gets to be in the audience and be together in the rows.
Yep.
And it was so much fun because the streaming content was so well done, but then you had that extra engagement piece of like being able to sit next to each other in rows and using the chat, and it was just a really, really fun experience to be a part of.
Yep. There was some more stuff here actually, and I had video that it's buried on a hard drive that I've used for some videos as well. But I actually, myself and Stephanie and a couple others from the team, were in the seat area and just like hanging out with people. And it was, I know I was in here, but I don't think we can see our pictures anywhere. That's fine. We were just hanging out and talking with people, and we were just cruising from seat to seat to seat, just hanging out, talking to people. Hey, how's everything going? Thanks so much for joining, that type of thing. We went to a big gigantic meeting where we were able to hang out. I think I don't even, Stephanie, I know you're online. Like, if you have numbers and you want to pop them in the chat, let me know. There had to be, maybe I'm exaggerating, 30 or 40 people in one of these meetings, just hanging out. There was obviously chat and there was interview sessions and all sorts of other stuff, but it was kind of the fulfillment. It was like the biggest handshake thing of how to use a platform like Altar Live with all of its incredible engagement tools, all of its incredible, over 200 people came to the event is what Stephanie just said. That's nuts.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it was simulcast on Facebook Live, and people were congregating to us more than Facebook because obviously we're better than Facebook, but also
Yes.
we were able to provide a deeper level of connection with everybody too. Because the interesting thing about this Christmas party is that everybody kind of knew each other's avatars, just like you do on Facebook, or if you're using something like Church Online Platform or something, you'll know somebody's name, but you don't actually know what they look like or what they sound like or who they actually are until you get to sit in a row with them and bring up their picture and click on their picture and then do all of that. Stephanie says almost everyone stayed on the whole time and went in and out of the rooms and tables talking to each other. How stinking cool is that? I
love it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that Christmas party was such a perfect, like it was so perfect to have that Christmas party in Altar because there were so many fun things, and I can just imagine people in the rows being able to talk to each other, reacting together to those fun things. Like there was some beautiful singing, there were some really funny skit type things. It was just a really fun time.
There were some giveaways, there were some contests where we were yelling at Doc I think it was Fulgens who was like doing a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He asked one of the quiz questions, like how many reindeer are there, and he got the answer wrong, and so we were all heckling him a little bit. That was pretty fun. He asked the question.
Only on Altar Live you can heckle. Is that a good selling point?
Maybe we need to. Maybe we should go to a marketing meeting with that next week and see. Dear pastors, only in Altar Live can you be live heckled by your online crew. No longer do you have to just hit mute on the chat. It's great. I love it.
There we go.
I love it. Whatever works. Anything else about this Christmas party here?
I mean, it was just so much fun. That's all I can say. And really only because Altar Live and Ecamm came together was it able to be, I think, that much fun and that interactive and that engaging and just all around like pretty looking because of Ecamm's features. It was just a really, really nice visual, a visual party, I guess.
It was literally that. It was a party. And heckling is what pastors have missed most during the pandemic. I mean, you're not wrong, Stephanie. You're definitely not wrong. We might need to cut this part of the video out, so we'll see. Welcome to live. Welcome to live. I don't want well, maybe I do want pastors getting that. Actually, were we talking about heckling? No, this is a complete aside, but I was talking with, it was our lead pastor. I had a one-on-one with him yesterday, and he was talking about how he wished he could be a stand-up comedian when people start heckling him, so that he didn't have to treat him with grace and mercy. He could just take him to the ground and like, rah! And it was like,
yes,
this is a pastor I want to follow, like somebody who wants to just go out there and body slam people. I'm fully on board with that.
Body slam them with the love of Christ.
We call it a rock slam. That's what it is right there. See what I did there with the rock and Jesus building the thing. Cool. Anything else we're missing here on Ecamm? Anything else that you can think of, Maeve?
I mean, I think the next thing, like for those who are watching who are interested, I think you need to go and explore it yourself because we can talk about it, as long as we want and ooh and ah, but I think you really need to experience it for yourself to understand just how cool it is and to see how much of a perfect pair Altar and Ecamm are.
Absolutely. And as a little treat for anyone who has made it this far, and really anybody that's been following any of our videos in the last couple of months, you can actually save 20% off of both your Altar Live and Ecamm Live subscription if you sign up with them both. There is a link down in the comments section, and if you're on Facebook, it'll be in the chat area as well. All you got to do is just kind of scroll up to the top of the chat. There's an Altar Live link right there. Just use code ALTAR20 at checkout to get 20% off, which is totally awesome. Again, it is Mac only, but we know that a lot of you are using Macs as your back end, and so it's kind of just this perfect pair for everything you're doing. So go ahead and click that link. I just clicked it and it's working beautifully. Go sign up because we love Ecamm. Cool. Maeve, anything else before we wrap up here today?
No, I think we're good. I think we covered everything. Go explore Ecamm for yourself. I feel like like I said before, we've really only scratched the surface, and there's so many things you can do with it.
Absolutely. Everyone, thanks for joining us, whether you're live, on demand. We hope you have an amazing week. Pray for Ukraine. Make sure that you are getting with people and engaging them and creating community and doing all those things. Go jump into our Facebook group as well. That link is down in the description below as well. We'd love to have you in there chatting up what Altar Live is doing, however we can help you, especially if we can help you with Ecamm as well. We would love to do that. For Maeve Brooks, I'm Andy. We will see you guys next week. Ta-ta.
Bye, guys.